Hi, this is the last video that I will be doing for this week on the Pharma Navigator series. What I want to talk to you about today specifically is how I can help you and how we can help you to make this transition into a Pharma Navigator and how you can be able to close accounts. I mentioned that I have worked for 8 organizations from all over the world. That includes US, Germany, then Japan, Tokyo, and what am I missing? South Africa. I have worked with organizations from around the world. This experience has proven invaluable. I have worked with so many founders, and I've also had opportunities to close accounts as well as miss some accounts. I have consolidated all this information into a course that I am calling Founder's Archetype. Founder's Archetype is my percolating all this experience into a course. And how I chose to percolate it was to, first of all, look at the founder's archetype. I looked at the founder. How were they thinking about their product and their market access and their strategies? I looked at the policies that existed in the organization that facilitated or did not facilitate the organization to thrive. I am looking at the commercial strategies that we used, the ones that worked and the ones that did not work. I'm looking at our customer acquisition tactics and the costs that was attended to it. I am looking at PESTEL factors that were affecting how the organizations were working. So for instance, in 2017, I was working with an organization from the US. And in that season, we were expecting some investors who were coming to lead a round of investments that was being led by Boehringer Ingelheim's Making More Health initiative. And on the specific day that we were planning to receive these investors, it was announced that there was going to be a rerun of the elections on that specific date. And so we had to cancel this investment. And then there was a very unstable political environment, and the investors got a little bit shaken up and they pulled out. And sorry for the background noise. I looked at information such as, so how does this affect startups, especially if they don't have a base of employees or partners and affiliates within the organization who understand the industry. So there's a lot of noise. I apologize for this. So what I'm doing in this course, Founder's Archetype, is I'm offering the course to digital health specialists who want to be able to have a chance to work as consultants. And I'm also offering this course, Founder's Archetype, to pharma reps who want to understand, first of all, how can you set up your own consultancy? It's easier than you think. I have contacts of 150 organizations in the digital health space that I'm in conversations with. And sometimes it takes a while to close a deal. But for instance, I'm in conversation with Bodyport. Bodyport is a US organization whose technology is Internet of Things, and they're able to do like hemodynamic markers of cardiac patients and kidney patients using a simple weighing scale. You can Google it, Bodyport. I've been in conversation with their CEO, Corey Sentence, for a while. I'm in conversations with Congenica. I'm in conversations with Cargo Buddy from India. So I'm always having conversations with digital health organizations that want to come to Kenya. Now, here is the trick. I cannot do all the work myself. And therefore, I started this course, Founder's Archetype, so that I can teach people, first of all, what have I learned over these past 10 years, but most especially, how can you have conversations with founders that convince them to come to the market? It's not all the organizations that I have described that actually had a prior intention of coming to Kenya, but I initially started targeting them and trying to show them why this is the most prime market for them. So most of the times it's writing to the founders, it's writing to their head of global expansions and trying to sort of point out Kenya as a market and then positioning your own consultancy or yourself as consultant to be able to bring these organizations to Kenya. Remember, I mentioned that majority of these organizations will start you out with a paycheck of $2,000 to $4,500. The other thing that we are doing through the Africa Digital Health Consortium is we are upskilling the workforce in fourth industrial revolution technologies. This means that we are teaching artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things. We are teaching data science and big data analytics. We're teaching health informatics. And we are doing this in conjunction with 3 universities in South Africa and 3 universities in Texas. The courses are still being finalized, but the one that's ready is the one that I built myself, Founder Psyche. You can find this course on the Learning Management System on Doctors Explain. In addition, you can find it on my LinkedIn profile. Thank you for watching these videos, and I hope that you will take action. Please do not just listen and sit back. The best thing that you can do is to share it with, number one, those medical representatives that you know have lost their jobs. In my mind, I know of several, at least 2, maybe not several, at least 2 multinational organizations that have closed their commercial operations in Kenya, leaving a highly skilled workforce without jobs. There are also several other medical representatives who currently do not have any jobs just because of the changes in the market or the changes in the structures of those organizations. It's important for them to know that nobody is judging them for being out of work, but that the most important thing is that the data that they now have is worth millions. Would you please help me to circulate these videos that just, create this bushfire among the medical representatives that you will never look at your iPad, your phone, and your diary the same ever again? I left GlaxoSmithKline uncertain of what I was doing. And in fact, initially, I wanted to work in the government. And so I got into the Managed Equipment Services project. If you guys remember MES was the government project that was equipping public hospitals with equipment. And I specifically got into the Reno one. And this was because I was poached because I was doing GSK Portam, which is a ceftazidime that's really used in nephrology cases. After being in Managed Equipment Services, I would like to leave that conversation with a smile. It was so different, and I'm happy to share my experiences with you guys. But I set my foot into government, perhaps because my entire family is in the civil service, but I realized that this was not cut out for me. And I remembered my conversations in Washington, D.C. with so many founders. And this is how I ended up working for an Israeli company. And they would actually locate me half my time in Tel Aviv, half my time in Nairobi. It was one of the best experiences that I've ever had. I would like to teach as many medical representatives how to do this. And the only platform that I can do that is Founder Archetype. You're aware that I cannot teach you a course on YouTube. It doesn't make any sense. You can only access the course with specific tactics and strategies and contacts of organizations on my course, which is Founders Archetype. So the 2 things that I want to ask you as my clarion call is to go to doctorsexplain.net and click on Pharma Navigator. The second thing that I want you to do is within that same Doctors Explain in the LMS, find the poster for Founders Archetype and sign up. And I also want to urge you to go onto my LinkedIn, connect with me if you have not yet connected, and also find the course content to register for Founders Archetype. I thank you for your attention. And if you would like to discuss this further, please reach out on my LinkedIn, Dinah Mwangi. Thank you and have a blessed day.